Wow, that's a great ad.
Wow,
that's incredible.
Officially Pink Shirt Anti-Bullying Day, and here to speak to us a little bit more about that is definitely an anti-bullying expert, Cindy Seddon, author, teacher, administrator. This is something you've been involved with, we were just discussing, for the past 15 years. So how have you seen things change?
Well, I think there's a lot higher awareness now of bullying and what it is. I'm thinking that it might be true, I'm hoping it's true, that it's not just a rite of passage now. Bullying isn't something that you just endure and it's part of your growing up. I think that we, the adults, who are the ones who need to take action against this for kids, we understand that this has serious, serious long-term implications for children in terms of their health and well-being, their contribution to society, and we're bringing up our kids to be contributors. So I think we're taking a lot clearer focus and a really strong look at what's going to happen for our kids and what is happening today in school now.
Now, as we talked to you a little bit earlier, will always be bullies. I mean, you'll never get rid of bullies. So what is the movement wanting to do in order to, there are going to be bullies, it's just more just dealing with them right when it happens, and it doesn't get to a level like that where, you know, a young girl runs home and maybe takes her life. You never know, right?
Well, here's what we know. We know that in schools, for example, where I work, that say this is an issue and we're going to take action, there is less bullying because of the awareness. When we teach kids how they can manage themselves so they're not immediately targeted, the research says that kids who are targeted, most kids are targeted at some point in their schooling career, and if they stand up, say no, walk away, straighten their shoulders, then in 50% of the cases they're not targeted again. So that's really important to be teaching kids. Like, when you are approached by someone who wants to hurt or humiliate or embarrass, you know what you need to do. Stand strong, push your shoulders down, say knock it off, leave me alone. And then we need to work with the bystanders who are around, those who are strong enough to say, you know what, you need to find something else to do, which is a hard thing for lots of kids to do, but some kids are able to do that.
How has technology either helped or hindered your movement, the internet, PDAs, Blackberries?
Yeah. Well, it has made bullying 24/7 around the world. Global bullying is absolutely possible. It used to be for kids who were targeted and teased and victimized. They could go home, shut the door, and be safe and find a way to feel comfortable at home. That's no longer the case, especially with our youth, who now use their PDAs as part of their social networking system. You know, to be without it for many kids is actually panicking for them. So the vulnerability that kids have on those PDAs is really true, and the whole sort of internet cyber world is unmanned and unparented, and so it's really a free-for-all. It's a huge risk for kids.
Were you keeping a close eye on that case in the U.S. where, and there's also one in Canada, I believe, where the girl was bullied online, and then the people who were writing those messages ended up being charged? Is that something that down the road needs to happen all the time? That because I mean, that technically, if you want to get into, I don't know, the legalities of it, but slander and things like that, by saying something that may not be true about someone, is that how to stop that kind of stuff?
I think it's the beginning, Steve. The difficulty is the courts and the law are slow to catch up to sort of new technology and new devices. I think people do need to be held accountable for what they say, and I think children need to be held accountable, and we need to teach them what that accountability looks like. It's the same if kids fight. You know, they need to know that as an adult, that's a criminal offense to have a fight. You could be arrested on a street corner. It's not something that just happens. It's not WWF on TV. It's really criminal to be engaged in those kinds of behaviors, as it is slanderous or other mean, nasty, hurtful comments that go out, you know, across the cyberland.
Website for folks to go to, either if they have questions or if they're looking for help?
Right. www.bullybeware.com.
All right, I know you have a very busy day, so we appreciate you taking some time to join us this morning.
Thank you for having me
today. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Break for us. We're back in a minute. Stay with us.